Good morning, welcome to Phil's Camping Reviews. My name is Phil. Something that I never thought I would see the day, particularly 2 weeks ago. There's no way, if someone had told me what was going to originate, there's no way I would have believed it. But as you can see, I've got a big smile on my face. I'm quite happy. Well, actually, I am wrapped. I mean, I've got a kitchen sink. I kid you not, I have got a kitchen sink. I can walk up to the kitchen sink, turn the tap on and water comes out. How cool is that? Normally I'm carrying heavy 20 kilo drums of water or a water bladder that I cannot for the life of me get the damn thing clean inside because the stupid design of a small cap on the top. You think they'll make them with a bigger cap so you can get your hands in and clean it. So yeah, it's just crazy. I've got something over here that I can store 200 litres of water in it. 200 litres, it's got two tanks. 120 litre main tank, and it's got a 80 litre reserve tank at the rear end. So guys, how did this originate? Last couple of times I went camping with my Bundutop, I had some issues climbing up and down the ladder, and I was starting to find the mattress wasn't exactly thick enough for me. It was 10 centimeters, and I was starting to have some issues with that. So I thought I was going to do something that I've always planned to do, and that is to relocate it to a trailer. So I started looking around. At first I thought just go for a cheap garden trailer. I only had a small budget, a budget probably around $2,000, $2,500. So I started looking around second hand, and there's just, at least where I live, the trailer, the conditions was just terrible. There was rust and they wanted more than $2,000 for it. So I went to have a look at a stock standard 6x4 garden trailer. Locally where I live, they wanted $2,800 for it. Then I started talking to people, and they say you've got to upgrade the axle. You need a 50mm axle, and then you need bigger tyres. And then I had to spend money to buy a alloy box on the front. Then there's more money on top of that to buy 2 jerry can holders, and then more money on top of that to buy a gas bottle holder. And I thought, yeah. And then there was money in buying the materials to build a frame to put a rooftop tent on the top. So then I started looking at those side folding where half of them on the floor camper trailers, because I wanted the trailer out of them, because the trailer's got all that, and some of them even got a water tank in them. So I started looking around, and meanwhile I'm going through all my gear, stuff that I haven't used for ages. Radio controlled cars that I used to be into. I had a couple of cars and that, and good quality remotes, and I sorted other pieces and I started selling them on Facebook. So you look at a hard floor camper, and I thought, yeah, trouble is, don't have the budget. Meanwhile, a few days later, I started selling more stuff. That dreaded GoPro that I had that I hated, I managed to sell that. I sold radio control cars for good money. So I then started to do some research to see what's available in the hard floor. So I looked at them and I thought, wow, this is awesome. You know, they got everything in there. They got a pull-out kitchen with a sink. I can't believe it, sink. I've actually got a proper like a kitchen sink there. Wow, when I was younger, When we saw people with kitchen sinks, we used to thought that, oh, look at that, you know, that's not camping, you know, that's crazy. You got a kitchen sink and even had the lounge chair. But honestly, camping is not just about only cooking on a fire. Camping is not about not having a kitchen sink. Camping is not about having a caravan, a tent, a swag, a tarp, rolled up in a tarp. I've done that before, cheap tarps. Or what I've got here. Sorry, but I want to go through the story. I started looking around and I started watching these setup videos, such as the MDCs and so on. And I thought, that's too much work involved in that. The problem is, they fold out, you got a winch, absolutely easy, that's the easy part. But then you got to climb inside, and some of them have got like as many as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these poles that you've got to erect inside them to set them up. Well, there's no way. So I was going to go from a Bundutop, they literally took me 20 seconds to set up, to one of those. Then it got me thinking. About 6-7 years ago, there was a young couple in Bundaberg, about a block away from where I live, that was selling these hard floor forward fold camping trailer, right? Hint guys. So in case you're wondering by now, that's what I've got. I've got a hard floor forward folding camper trailer. Now, they were selling this particular brand, and there's a reason why they only picked this brand. And I was intrigued with them. Okay, I was intrigued. I never thought there'd become a day where I could be able to afford to buy one of them. Because these were selling at over $24,000 at the time. So they used to hire them out. And I went there many times and I wanted to hire it out to give it a try. But he wouldn't let me hire it because I was only driving around a Vitara. So yeah, I can understand now. Although it was a V6, long wheelbase, but there's no way in the world that thing would have towed one of these. So hence, that's what I've ended up buying. I bought one of those second-hand in really good condition. It's a 2018, and I'm going to turn the camera around shortly and show you. But actually, before I do, let me finish the story. You know me about the storytelling. So sorry, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Now I came across their video. I could not remember what they were called, what these particular camper trailers were called. So as I was investigating, going through YouTube, I found, oh thank God, guys, if you're ever watching this, thank you for leaving your videos up on your YouTube channel from 6-7 years ago, not taking them down. Because if it was not for that, I would not have ever been able to remember what this camper trailer was. Now, what got me with these camper trailers was their setup times. Say I'm driving along and I'm stopped by at a rest area. So you just find a nice spot, back into it, whatever, drive through, whatever. Get out the car. In 1 minute, I can be laying inside that bed. There are no poles to set up. Unless if I want to set up an awning. So yes, there is poles to set up if I want to have an awning off the side that covers the kitchen. But if I'm doing a quick stopover, I can pull up, within a minute, I'll be laying in the bed. And that is as good as my Bundutop is, but the beauty is, I've got lots of room. So it's a full berth. So without further ado, let's introduce what I've purchased. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, whoever is watching, welcome to my 2018 ModCon Quattro. Unbelievable. Someone told me 2 weeks ago, as I mentioned before, that I would be owning this right now. I said, you are dreaming. Sometimes I think I'm still dreaming. I'm pinching myself and I could feel that. So I know I am not dreaming. And you're watching this on YouTube, so how can you film a dream? So it's a reality. Check this out, check this out. As I said, what you see here, I can be inside here in 1 minute. There are internal poles in here, but they do not need setting up. The whole thing collapses on its own, so it's a forward folding. So it folds from here, it goes back over, and it's got a winch. The winch helps you set it up. Very little effort, and that's really important for me, particularly after coming from a Bundutop, where all I do is push a button and it's all set up. All I got to do is got 2 latches on either side. I've got a winch strap that's already hooked up. As soon as I undo these latches, folding out, setting up on its own. And then I'll move around the front and I wind the winch, and that's it. It's all set up. And if I want, I can set up the awning off the side. I can set up an awning on this side, or I can set up an awning on the other side. Now, it comes with 2 awnings. I've got an option to set up 2 awnings. What you see here is the main awning, which we'll go around the side and show you shortly. So yes, that part I set up in a minute. This part, it's the first time I set it up a couple of days ago, and it took me a while because I had to figure out all the poles, where the poles would go. But I wouldn't say it was very difficult. In the future, once I figure out where each poles go, I think I'll be able to set that up pretty quick, the way it's set up. In fact, it's unique that it's almost freestanding on its own. There's only 3 pegs holding that out. In fact, it's not even holding it up. So it does have an internal structure system where there's quite a few number of poles inside there. They're all numbered. Connect the dots, connect them back together, and then it's set up. Now, I'm not going to set that up all the time, obviously. All right, so there is a bit more work setting that up, but in situations where I'm going camping for more than 4 or 5 days, I think, is particularly if there's inclement weather predicted, particularly if it's really cold and it's cold westerly blowing, that is going to be awesome because I can fully enclose that. Fully. There is a skirt that goes on the side of the camper trailer that stops the wind from blowing through, and in fact it's never been used. Same as the walls. First time ever been set up with those walls, so they are like brand new. There is a tub floor, heavy duty PVC, that attaches to the base, so it fully encloses this. So on those really cold winter days with those cold winds, you could sit in there and be toasty and warm, particularly if you're cooking on the stove. I'm going to show you videos, additional videos to show the different sections of this in the future. So I'm just going to have a quick overall video here. This is like a cover for the rear, okay, for the rear of this system here, because what we got here is a rear entry, and I'll show you that shortly. So you got this like a shower curtain, so you could use this as a shower or toilet. You can connect this to it as well, but there's also a separate doorway that you can zip onto that section there. That fully encloses the rear section here. And you've got, as you can see, you've got a roof that covers the rear entry as well. Again, that is very quick, easy to set up. That's part of that 1 minute setup that I told you about. Just look at that for a while. How awesome is this? This is all included, brand new. These walls have never been used. Now, the section at the top has been used, and it does have a bit of dirt on there, so I will be cleaning that when I get home. In fact, I can see footprints up there as well. So whoever owned this beforehand didn't look after it as well as what I would have. So I'm going to clean all that. So these are all the walls that are zipped. You can see there's a nice big window here, big doorway here, big window here. Also, big window here, but you can also open these up as a doorway as well. So they got insect proof, so they got your mozzie screens as well. And remember, you can fully enclose this from the elements, including the floor. It's this huge PVC tub floor that velcros to the rim all the way around. Now there's also a doorway on this side here as well, so you can get really good ventilation. What I like, it's got these buckles. You see, you don't have to use those little clips, try to tie on, or tie a bow on that. I love these, how it's got the buckles. So very easy to open it up, no problems. Got the eyelets here, so you can grab additional 2 poles and peg it out if you wish. Now you can see I've got 3 ropes here. This is all, in fact, I could remove these and that thing will freestand, no problems at all. So basically, you use these just to assist in setting it up until you got the structure built on the inside. The kitchen, check this out. I'm going to show these in more detail, otherwise this will be a very, very long video. We've got a Thetford 3-burner gas stove, and let me tell you, it works a treat. I'm getting really spoiled here. Stainless steel drawer system here, another one there, and a little drop down door as well. A sink with, check this out, water at hand. How awesome is that? And listen to this, listen to this when I turn this on. Listen, can you hear that? What can you hear? All you hear is the water coming out the tap, but you don't hear the pump, do you? There are some setups that I've heard where it's got a very, very noisy pump. The pump in this has got a heavy industrial called Surge Pro or something like Surge Flow. Not Shore Flow, it's called a Surge Flow. It's a little bit more expensive than the Shore Flow, but it is extremely quiet. Now that pump is located just over here, basically behind this door. Alright, this is a storage section, but on the other side of this, that pump is sitting. So I'll leave the door open and listen. You cannot hear the pump. It is dead silent. So we'll talk more about that when I get down into the nitty gritty. Of course, you can see all the storage. Guys, this has got storage galore. There's a pantry in here. Storage here. storage there. On the other side, the storage as well. On this side, wait, you check this out. Huge, huge storage there. But what have we got in here? Let's have a look. A fridge and another pantry. And I've got a drawer that's accessible without pulling the whole fridge and pantry out. But let's have a quick look. Included, I've got another fridge now. Included is this Iron Man 75 litre dual zone fridge freezer. Check that. Included for free. Of course, it's got a 12-volt system in it. Currently, it's got 2 by 100 amp hour AGM batteries, which is more than enough doing the job. We have got another pantry. We've got another pantry over here. Check this out. Gonna open this one up. Right. Cups, plates. Over here, I've got a deeper one over here where I'm keeping some of my dry food, such as me breakfast cereal inside the Systema cereal packaging as well as more work surface area there as well. So how awesome is that? All stainless, again, all stainless. So we'll close that back up. There's also a little light in here, so you can have a light in there at night time. Obviously, what do you do with lights? Now on the other side, I won't show you now, I'll show you in another video. On the other side is another storage similar size to this with that pull out slide, so I could put a toilet in there. I could put my little generator in there when I want to use that, etc. So it's quite a large storage area. And there's also storage out the front. Here's a winch that I mentioned before that assists the opening. It also assists in closing as well. I will show you that in a video, just how quick this is to set up. I think you'll be surprised. It certainly impressed me. As I mentioned before, I am familiar with this one because it's the only one that these two young couple chosen to sell in their business that they had in Bundaberg. Unfortunately, like many other businesses, it did not survive. So they were open for probably about 2 years before they closed. But thank goodness they left their YouTube video up, because through that I was able to find out exactly what brand these were. And then when I started doing searching around on Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace, I saw a few come up, okay? But this one couple came up that were within my price range, including this one. So I've only owned it for just over a week now, but it's already, tonight will be my 5th night that I'm camping in this. So in the past 8-9 days, I've camped in this already for 5 nights. So I didn't buy it just to look at it. I bought it for this reason, to come out awesome places like this with some of my best mates and go and have fun camping in luxury. Love it. And I got the kitchen sink. Oh, I just can't believe it. All I do is hit a tap and the water comes out. It is just makes it so much easier to camp. As I said before, camping doesn't mean you have to rough it. You know, this is still camping. You know, we all like our comfort. You know, we're not young anymore. You know, we can't run around like you young guys, and believe me, when you get to our age, you'll know exactly what you're talking about. Look after your bodies, because it'll catch up with you when you get older if you don't. And then you'll have no choice to start looking for easy camp. If you want to continue camping, you're going to need to find stuff that's easy like this to set up. Of course, it's got electric brakes because it is a off-road trailer, a heavy-duty off-road trailer. This will have no problems taking it up to Cape York and back. I know it will do it because it is built for that. So for that reason, it's got a little bit of weight in there. The tar is 1,540 kilograms. Some of you might go, oh my God. Maximum weight is 2 ton. So I've got 460 kilos to play around with. I can put in there. Now that's plenty for me, plenty. Even if I fill up both the tanks of water, 200 litres, that's still going to leave me more than enough, because I don't take a lot of gear with me when I go camping. I just need to usually just take what I need, because most of it's all here. I don't have to bring a stove anymore. I don't have to bring a sink anymore. I don't have to bring big bottles of water. It's all here. Now, we've got provisions for 2 jerry cans. We've got another alloy storage box there. The winch. We've got an Arc 750, which is only purchased back in February. And we've got a DO35 hitch. As I mentioned, it's got electric brakes. It's got 2 by 4 kilo gas bottles. Quality canvas. Now, it's pretty dark inside there. It's a bleak overcast day. So this is a long enough video. I'm going to leave the inside. I'm going to show you the inside in the next video. There's a lounge chair in there that is long enough for you to sleep on. So it's a 4 berth. So we've got a queen size inner spring mattress in here. And I've got a 7 centimeter mattress topper, memory foam mattress topper. It's got carpet underneath it, and I've got a 1 centimeter condensation mat underneath as well. 23 centimeters of comfort, whereas with the Bundutop I had 10 centimeters. And it folds up no problems. Even with the bedding all made, it will fold up, got plenty of storage. And in fact, that awning off the side there, once I take the walls down, I can leave that on there and store that inside the camper when I pack it away. That way when you arrive to the next camp, all I have to do is put the poles up. Now before I go, in regards to the awning, I hinted before that there are 2 awnings that comes with this. There's a touring awning and there's a main awning. The touring awning is for when you want to do a quick stopover and you're expecting a bit of rain, 1 or 2, 3 days. There's a smaller awning that zips lower than what they are. So there's 2 sets of zips on there. There's one for the touring awning that's a lot lower. And then all you do is zip that on and just peg the ropes out. Or you can grab 3 poles and peg her out. That's all you do. 3 pegs, that's it. And it also packs away inside this. So guys, without further ado, if there is any questions you want to know about these, fire away, ask down below, and I will do my best to answer them. Keep in mind, I've only owned this for about 9 days now, 8-9 days, although I have camped in it for 5 nights. So since I purchased this, I'm spending most of the time in here than I am at home. But I am going to head back home tomorrow. So, yeah, which is kind of sad. I'm enjoying my stay in this, camping in luxury, in this beautiful location here. Any questions, just ask. I'll do my best to answer. Please subscribe as normal, put a like on the video, it'll help me, it'll also help you. I'll be able to put more videos out the more you support my channel. And look after yourself, be kind to everyone. Until next time, eh? Cheers. Bye.